Hello everyone, I'm Gray Falcon, and we're going to be doing an unboxing of the EVGA NVIDIA 3080 for the Win Ultra. And that's what's in this box right here. So we're going to get into this, we're going to see what all is inside of here. I have not touched this, I have not opened it. It arrived, well, I got it in the house about an hour ago. So very excited to get this set up. If you haven't watched any of my other videos, make sure you also check me out on those. I do the morning nerdy news every weekday. Go on, it gets up at about 9:30 a.m. Eastern time, and you get all the latest news from the day before and everything that's come up first thing in the morning. So you have all that first thing news before everyone else can get that up and going. I'm also over on YouTube under Gray Falcon. And if you're into gaming and other information, I do Twitch streaming regularly, but I'm also on episodes of Deckheads, so you can check out that podcast as well, listen in. That's one of my friends' podcasts, and you can also check out my wife's stuff, so if you've ever seen any of the hats that I wear, those are available at facebook.com/geekygifts by Amber. You can see one of her hats over there. She just makes amazing gifts, so be sure to check her out over there. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to get into the unboxing here. So, brown cardboard box, so a good indicator that, you know, it's not about to get stolen. And it's cut right on in. And then I'm going to go and scissor through this part. Want to make sure I don't cut anything on the inside. And that should just peel right on up. Excellent. So, plastic wrapped box right inside, so no extra padding in the actual box. Now this came straight from EVGA's website. I was part of their queue setup, so if any of you have ever gone in and wanted to purchase one of their cards and you heard about their queue, I had my queue in on release day at 7:56 a.m. Now this is for the Win Ultra, so their other cards, they were available that release day, but this one was not, so I put myself on that queue immediately. And as I've heard with other cards, especially with EVGA, anyone who's doing a queue system, to have a chance of getting your card earlier, it is going to be best to get in that queue system right away for those newer cards. Otherwise, you're going to be on the waiting period for the other ones. So we have the plastic bag here. Move this box out of the way here. And we can get a look at it there. Pull the plastic off. So, pretty typical packaging for any gaming. You can turn that around, see what that all looks like. Got all the information on the back for English and about the card, and also has French and Russian on the back of here. DirectX 12 Ultimate compatible. So, most of this stuff you probably already know about. So, let's just go ahead and get in here and open this up. So, a couple little plastic tabs here at the top, so just cut on right through those. Oh, those are a little sticky that way. There we go. Same thing this direction. Now, I purchased this myself, so this was not something that was given to me. It was not something that was paid promotion or anything. This is what I went out and got for myself. We got the nice black box hidden away inside of the advertising, so nothing special here, just plain old black all the way around. Let's go ahead and open it up and take a look inside. And padding. Lots and lots of padding. So first off, what do we got here? We got some installation guide. So come in and big old sheet of paper like that. Nothing too interesting. It's a graphics card. We should mostly know how this gets installed. And that appears to be everything that's down in there. So we'll go ahead and pull this up and we'll get to see the actual graphics card here. And there we have it. 3 fans sticking up there. A little bit of glare, sorry about that. And I don't think there's anything else in this box. Doesn't look like it comes with any supports or anything else like that. So, some of these cards they do have supports that come in to bracket across. That's a little bit more common with the 3090s because those things are huge, absolutely ginormous. Piece of tape, attention, do not enter without proper electric static safety equipment. So, you know, standard stuff. Got a rubber wash band on, so I don't think I'm in too much of a concern there. That should mostly keep everything protected. And there we have the actual card. So there's that nice plastic out and around that, so we can see the fans. Just give those a touch. All of them spin without a problem. And we can see straight through there all the heat fins that they've got set up all through there. And pretty typical plastic coming up and over. They don't have a plastic nub on this end piece here. That kind of like little support plug-in spot. And the rest of it does have this rubber seal that goes up over it to protect the PCI Express plug-in port. So let's see what we get. Now, this is something that a lot of people have complained about. We do have this hard plastic red right there. Now, if you don't like that, EVGA will send you a whole new shroud. So you have to come in, take off all of these little screws out and around, and then you can pop on a new one. It's about 6-8 screws, I believe, to replace that. This piece does not just come off. So you're kind of either stuck with this, or if you contact them, they'll send it to you for free, from what I've been told. I don't know if they're going to charge shipping, though. And I will tell you that shipping on this, for the lowest of the low shipping, started at $18. So it is not cheap to ship from there. Now, I did get 40% off, or not 40%. I got $40 off. I found a coupon code through Honey that just said up to 10% off, and it gave me $40 off this card. So that covered the shipping plus a little extra. And you just hear that plastic pulling right off of here. It is kind of everywhere though. So a whole lot of work to get this off. It's tearing pretty easily, so good or bad, I don't know with that. But I'm going to get that off my anti-static bag here. And now we can see the silver of the card. Now this lights up RGB all the way through, so when it's sitting in your system, you'll have that. And then as you can see on the bottom here, you get the two 6-cap pieces here in the middle, and then you have the two full caps that are on the outside surrounding those. So those are supposed to make sure you don't get any of that interference, you don't have any of the problems with it. And they have the color-coded pins here for electrical. Those are primarily in there because it seems like they're using that for troubleshooting. So if they need to test it, they can pull it off, check that one, and go back and forth. And then if they're having a conversation with someone, they can be like, okay, issue is with the blue-capped one, the brown-capped one, or the black-capped one. So it just depends upon what you're doing there. And then we have the back side where we get 3 of the display port plugins, and this time through we're only getting one HDMI. So we're not getting the 2 HDMI like you get in some of the cards where they've altered that in order to give, you know, the extra HDMI port for multiple monitors. So you're either going to need an adapter or you're going to have all you're going to only be able to have one HDMI otherwise with this if you don't have DisplayPort monitors. That's not going to be an issue for me. I have primarily DisplayPort. I do have one of each available if I need to. So we'll go ahead and we'll see what the testing for that is like once we get this going. But you can see this has 3 power plug-ins, so you're going to need 3 8-pins in order to power this. I do not have the power supply for this one yet. I'm currently running something that is just below or right about at spec. However, for the overclocking, this is going to need an 850 plus. You can even recommend over 1,000 for this card. It has a BIOS that gives it up to 450 watts of power access. So that's a lot of power that can go into this. So you need quite a bit of a power supply and something that's designed to handle that if you're going to go for this particular card. Now, for other cards, you might be able to get away with a 650 or 700 watt power supply. If you're not overclocking it, you're just using it out of the box. But make sure you look into that, because the different cards are going to have different power limitations and capabilities. And this one in particular currently has the highest power access to it. So just keep that in mind when you're going in. But you pay a premium for this power. You're going up to over $800 to be able to purchase this particular card, when in comparison it's only $700 for a Founders Edition, or say the Gigabyte Eagle or the Tough Gaming for their base Tough Gaming model. And in those, you get incredible performance for your dollar out of that. But if you're going to overclock, this right now is the one to go with if you can get your hands on it. So that's going to be it for this. There isn't a whole lot in this to actually take a look at, to go over. Unfortunately, it is what it is. They don't give you the extra cable that you're going to need, so hopefully you have one of those laying around. If not, you're going to have to order one of those as well for those 3 8-pins. A lot of computers, for their power supplies, only came with 2 8-pins or 8 pins and some 6 pins, so you might end up having to do a little bit of extra scrounging in order to acquire those. So just keep that in mind for this card as well. But that's going to be it for right now. Probably going to be streaming a little bit later. However, it's not going to be on this card just yet unless I manage to get that power supply today. I was supposed to have it this weekend, but unfortunately things just didn't work out where that came in. So we'll definitely have this up. I'm going to be running benchmarks with this while streaming. So as a streamer, I think it's very important to actually know what kind of performance I'm going to get with this, doing it on a single computer. And that's been something that's big, is that supposedly this card is capable of streaming high-end games without having any real issue going on, all in a single PC. So you don't have to have a secondary PC doing capturing for high-end games. Lower-end games, most of that hasn't been a whole lot of issue for that type of thing, but I want to test that out, see where the benchmarks fall, see how much we can actually push this card before it starts to have issues. So we'll probably get Blender set up for that type of thing to show it off, and then play some actual games, maybe get Doom or something else running on here, and see how well that performs while actually streaming on the same device. So that'll be a lot of fun to check out. But until next time, remember to click the follow button if you haven't already. Make sure you click the subscribe if you're checking this out on YouTube. Otherwise, I'll see you on Twitter as The Gray Falcon. Until next time, have a good one.